Hello and welcome back to the next episode of Terra Invicta. We are playing Exodus and we are still trying to get out of the solar system. Now we have defeated the last invasions recently and now we do think we have roughly 1 year of pause. And yeah, in this episode I want to go through some thoughts I had in between. One thing, let's start with that. In fact, we need to defeat an alien ship urgently. So I've started to design a monitor class ship. Now that design is far from good right now because we don't have a proper, power plant. And our engine is also not really great, but I don't care about the engine because it only needs point defense and it has to shoot, and everything else can be solved somehow. In that regard, we are having the railgun batteries here and point defenses that should be fine to, for example, defeat. So if you, for example, build 3 of them to defend one of the destroyers which are currently in orbit around Earth. Therefore, I want to, as soon as one of the ring hubs here finishes, I'm going to build like 2 or 3 shipyards there. Then we can squeeze it out, build the ships, and afterwards we can remove the shipyards again. That's roughly the plan in that regard. Now on Earth itself, we are still on only like 3 countries here, and I want to change that a little bit because I'm thinking about how we can expand in the future. Now everything revolves around the Caliphate currently, and now what I want to do, in fact, is to fold more countries into the Caliphate. The claims we still currently have there are 2 most important ones. One is Dhaka here in Bangladesh, and Bangladesh also has a claim on Calcutta here. Therefore, I want to take over Bangladesh here, and then take over India probably, so get to the executive of India because we need to fix India anyway. We have to get rid of the servants here. So I try to get the executive here. And then we can return Calcutta to Bangladesh and then fold Bangladesh into the Caliphate. That's roughly the plan on that front. Now, also I am researching now the South Asian Alliance because it only costs 5k, therefore that's relatively fast done. And this is going to give Thailand a lot of claims, like all of this here. And the general idea is we can fold this Thailand, which we are going to enlarge by force, into Malaysia here. And then we can fold Malaysia into Indonesia. And then we can fold Indonesia into the Caliphate. That's of course a little bit of a longer chain, and on that path we can also do Austronesia, which is going to give claims on Australia and New Zealand here and some of the Pacific State stuff, and Philippines too, so that we can basically merge another billion people, 500 million, somewhere between, into the Caliphate again. So for example, this one is currently 300 million people, 35, 150 here, and of course another decent chunk of population here. Yeah, 100 here, 9 here, 70 here, 68 here. And that's roughly the plan for what we do on Earth. Of course, also we are going to get claims when we do the Caliphate upgrade, House of Islam, on the east coast of Africa, which is also majority Sunni faith. Therefore, we are looking into restoring the East African Federation at some point, and then of course also peacefully integrating it. Probably also looking into a coup d'etat here and then just conquering the stuff back for the East African Federation before we fold it into the Caliphate back. That's roughly the plan here. Now, also at some point, like after the Caliphate upgrade, we can also transfer Rostov-on-Don from Russia to the Caliphate, which is also like 25 million people with the claim. We can also fold Urumqi into the Caliphate from China, And then there's also Guwahati here, which we get a claim from the upgrade of the Caliphate. We also get a claim on Jaipur here, which is another 170 million. So roughly, I do think we can get up to 3.5 billion people, roughly. And that's going to be massive in regards to output if we push science there, which we are going to do. All the excess money we are now currently creating is going into science upgrades here in the Caliphate. Well, as much as we got, basically. Currently, knowledge costs about 780 per point. Therefore, we can invest about like 4 points per month. That's not super much, but it's still something. Now, that's the rough plan for what we are aiming for on the long run. And of course, we want to help the other factions to get in power and reduce the strength of the servants, because the servants are currently the second strongest faction. I'm the strongest one, basically. And for example, we can get rid of servants in India, but all the countries here in Southeast Asia are in fact initiative, humanity first, resistance, and but a lot of initiative. Of course, initiative is on the chopping block from my side here, so I really don't care when they lose, when I take Indonesia and Australia from them. That's fine with me, in fact. More or less in our favor though. Now, in that regard, I also did some upgrades of stations here. I do think I want to get rid of my lunar stations, like here Moon 1 and Moon 2. Even though they are outputting about half of the fissile income we have, and that's it more or less, but they also occupy 4 MC. Now, and if we look at Mercury itself, let's do that in a sec. We can get, or we already got one side here with 4 fissiles. Could get some with a little bit of fissile income, but yeah, it's not that important currently, and I don't think that it will be. And if it comes up that it will be important, well, we can just buy it. I intend to sell the station most likely to either the Resistance or Humanity First. Let's check. Humanity First still has MC cap left, and the Resistance has a lot of MC cap left. So they are basically what I want to do, but we could also sell it to the Academy to boost them up even further. They already have decent incomes and they are relatively friendly with us. That's also an option here. Makes them even stronger, because they are controlling the EU, and that's in our interest. Now, so much to what the rough plans are and where do we get started. So let's first of all finish the mission phase here. And I do think I will get started on Bangladesh first to get that basically. Oh, interesting. I guess we have to. Oh yeah, and of course for the ship which we need to defeat an alien. Also want to better. No, the ECM isn't worth it when you don't have the alien upgrade. Let's finish the institutes here. Nanotube armor, not important for this one here. Yeah, let's just go for the institutes here. And in fact, is it important there? Let me think about it. Maybe we want to push something else instead. Instrumental soft power is quite nice. Media literacy training is also nice. These ones are not urgent currently, because until we have solved India and Bangladesh, it will take some time, and it will be in the next 3 months, and we can push it if we want. So let's in fact take here a agriculture, therefore we can pick another tech. And currently we are 2k behind protectorate. Maybe we can catch up on that. Now, we got a massive income now. We basically doubled it in the last year. And it's going to go up even higher from our ring course soon. Yeah, and protector fleet, okay.
Target destroyed.
Interesting fact, and what I noticed in between, the servants are in fact at war with like resistance, humanity first, and even the protectorate. And that's, for me at least, unusual. I never saw that before, but something must have happened. We purge. Okay, whatever. Our spies are doing stuff. We do have some CP cap here, and there is the R2 ring habs here. And we are going to do a solar farm here, 125 energy. And I'm going to build 125. Yeah, that's still in. Yeah, it's still enough. So we are going to build 3 shipyards here. And that's basically what I want to do here. Now I'm going to have a look into my stations now. Therefore, see you in a sec. Okay, here we are. I built some shipyards, some solar farms here, agriculture complex. And on the other one I already started on social institutes, which is going to replace the social 1 and social 2 stations, at least in their purpose. And that's going to free up a lot of stuff for other research stuff. And in fact, I do think we can get rid of some of our stations here, or we can build massive amounts of nanofactories there. Let's see, but we could also build the nanos on Mercury, and that's more attractive in the end. However, that's something I can calculate through between episodes as soon as we have ring habs properly established on more than 2 stations. Now back to our mission phase. Go back to Earth here. Finish it up and set up the next turn. Now, as exactly this last time described, one second, we need to check if initiative knows us somewhere.
Ready.
No, initiative didn't detect any of our persons currently. Now, we are going to take... no, we don't need...
Standing by.
We're going to take our best person here, and we're going to coup etat Bangladesh right from the get-go.
I will bring down the government. Where do you need me?
Afterwards, let's check something here.
Acknowledged.
So a crackdown here will not work. However, we could. No, I want to do a coup etat here to get rid of the servants. So that's not an option. The next one,
I'm here.
Xiaotong Teng here. You can't do a coup. I forgot. Well, then you go hunting plants again.
Going in hot. Ready.
Brooklyn. I think we need to visit the here Alex Panner in China. Get lost.
I have them in my sights. Where do you need me?
And Mirror.
Reporting in.
Yeah, we see Humanity First, therefore I'm going to sell 1 moon station to Humanity First now. And with that I'm just going to continue ahead, try to coup etat Bangladesh, India, Assam and Thailand as the starting point. When that is resolved and I got what I want, then I can start working on Malaysia and Indonesia here. That's roughly the plan. And therefore I'm going to skip ahead a bit to make the episode a little bit longer, and well, see you soon. Okay, we made some progress. So we did run coup etat, but we couldn't consolidate fast enough. Basically, the Humanity First has very good persuasion councillors. However, we were successful in Thailand. We did a coup etat, and this was the setup we ended up with. So we now can take the executive peacefully here. I'm doing the next coup etat already here in Assam. And then afterwards I have to peacefully break, like purge and stuff, the Humanity First here in Bangladesh. And afterwards we can start working on India, for which we most likely going to need Mara here, because she is the only one which has decent amounts of persuasion currently, which we're going to need for the public campaigns here. Without it's basically not possible to break it. We can get up to a chance of 50% with
Where to?
our best person here, Ao Dongning. So if we were to do it, 40%, a little bit of persuasion public campaigns would get us a long way here. That's exactly what I want to do. Especially because nobody is investing in Unity, and the best CP you can get in here is the religion one, if it's still there. No, it disappeared in fact. Okay, in that case, India is much easier to take. Yeah, but I will just continue on. Everything is looking fine. I'm moving the Chinese armies here to Lhasa and to get ready to jump on Assam in one of the next turns to reintegrate that into China to then at some point get moved into the Caliphate. Here we go. The coup d'etat in India has worked on the first try with 47% chance after doing one public campaign. Now, however, that's going to be a problem to keep because we don't have persons with high persuasion. So let's see what we can get here. I don't think it will be much, but let's just see. I'm going to push everything we got into basically Unity to get our opinion up in here. Now let's finish this turn. We are trying to get the last point in Bangladesh here and getting points here in Assam. Curious what will work out. So they're still allied here. That's why we cannot declare war. We could, but I don't want to. And humanity first got one. At least Bangladesh worked out. Now in this case we can now go into alliance with the Caliphate in China. Also unrival Russia. Perfect. And let's see what we can get here. I do think yeah. Is it possible to take this one? Let's check it out.
Standing by.
Mara, can you... Ah, you could take that point, okay. Now, how to continue here? Now, Mara, you definitely need to try to take something here. However, I don't know what we are going to get. And I definitely want to get into the executive. However, we do need aristocracy for... but we maybe can purge it. That would be interesting. Can we target the country by... No, we can't. So let's instead purge in Assam.
We're taking power.
Now we do... Oh, wait a second. No, we should purge first here. And get humanity first out of here.
Targeting the opposition.
However, we should talk to the humanity first if we can.
Establishing contact.
And also continue talking to the servants to make them less hostile to us. Let's check our relations. We are in conflict currently. And the other one's tolerance in conflict. Now we should check if someone is known to the initiative and therefore can be targeted. No, nobody is known. So nobody is in danger for getting, well, assassinated here. Yeah, I'm going to make a cut here and end this episode. It was more of an explanatory episode to discuss how we can continue now. And it's all about getting control of China now and getting the East Asia into our fold, which is now progressing nicely. Bangladesh in our hands. We have to... Ooh. What's going on here, in fact? Why is it so terrible? Our cohesion is low. Always these cohesion problems. Economy is in shambles here. So can try to get the government score up. Yeah, this is also a big mess, and I'm afraid that we might lose the country to unrest if we're not careful. So in fact, one needs to stabilize here. Because 7.4 is a lot. It will go down most likely when the unity goes up, when we have more representation in the country, but that's a long shot currently. Well, see you in the next episode. Leave a like and subscribe.